Hey Deckers, Far Cry 6 is here, and yes, you get a pet alligator if you haven't seen this game already, as well as riding it around on a horse through luscious vegetation, crazy cars, and weaponry, as well as being able to just have all-out fun. Far Cry 6 actually runs a lot better than I expected on Steam Deck, especially with no verification status ahead of time. However, it does have a couple of Ubisoft Connect issues. First time I ran this, the Ubisoft Connect launcher just locked up. It never progressed past checking for updates, but quitting out and restarting it did seem to get it past that point, no problem. Now, Far Cry 6 does also have cloud cross progression, but you would have had to have manually uploaded it previously, otherwise it's not available. So as you can see here, even though I was 10% on this game elsewhere, I did not have a save game available on my Steam Deck. This is easily rectified, especially if you've got GeForce Now. You can just go and run your Ubisoft version, or wherever else you got this from, load up the game and make sure that you upload the save game of your choice to the cloud. Then you can go back to your Steam Deck and pick up where you left off. Settings on this one are a little bit odd, but we were able to get it extremely stable. Ignore the 720 here because I'm docked. It has a bit of a fit if I try to put it at 1280 by 800. But you want to make sure that you change the aspect ratio down the bottom to 16 by 10 if you don't have the 800p option. You want the low graphics preset, but also to make sure that your anti-aliasing is on TAA. And then under the advanced settings, turn VSync off, but frame lock it to 45 frames per second. Make sure that Fidelity FX Super Resolution is off because it's version 1 and it really is not worth it. And also make sure that the resolution scale is set to 1. Now the low graphics on this are actually incredibly good, and the HD textures are not quite noticeable enough on the Steam Deck screen, so don't bother with those. I do have to warn you though, this is a 171 gigabytes download, so you are going to need a lot of space and free time to download it. Other than that, it will run at 45 frames per second for the most part. Another strange oddity is that the cutscenes are capped at 30 frames per second it seems, and I'm not quite sure why, especially when it looks like it's at the game rendered resolution. And even though you cap it at 45 frames per second, sometimes it does seem to forget about this and give you a few extra frames. But I did find that 45 is very stable for the most part. You will get a few dips here and there underneath, but it does run incredibly stable, even though this will still regularly sit around the 26 to 28 mark, meaning you are only going to get around an hour and a half battery life, with the 2 hours at a push if you want to drop down to 30 FPS. I'll leave you a bit more of the gameplay here without me talking so you can get a better feel for the game and performance. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the video.
Nice, I've got your back too, Donnie. Keep moving.
Gracias, Raisa.